Welcome to the Child Care Aware of Minnesota Legislative Update for action through Friday, March 22nd. I'm Ann McCully, Executive Director at Child Care Aware, and here to tell you a little bit about what went on last week and what to look forward to. I will start by saying there is a comprehensive list of all of the bills that had hearings through March 22nd on our website, so I won't go into every one of them today. You can certainly look at that. Also, our bill tracker, which lists all bills that have been introduced and any action taken on them. So last week was a busy week with the deadline on March 22nd. First of all, in the House Children and Families Committee, there were several technical bills that matched with the Senate bills heard the previous week. I will just list those here. House File 4537, carried by Representative Pinto. House File 4459, Representative Hansen. And then House File 4980, Representative Pinto again. Those all had to do with Department of Human Services, either children licensing issues, a technical policy bill, or a bill to make some adjustments in the DHS forecast. There was also House File 4732 introduced by Representative Pinto, and this will become the early learning vehicle bill, meaning that when they are ready to move something forward to potentially match up with the Senate for any kind of conference committee, that will carry the House Children and Families portions of the bill. Three other bills that were heard in Children and Families and moved forward last week. House File 367, Representative Freiberg, and that is a bill allowing child care centers and family child care homes to adopt a policy regarding immunizations, whereby they could choose to require immunization, even in the case of family exemption, not medical, but personal choice. There is House File 4425, which is the bill by Representative Hemmingson Yeager, which puts some conditions around HOAs and condo associations to keep them from limiting family child care homes. And finally, House File 4176, carried by Representative Perez Vega. These were some modifications to the voluntary pre-K program, merging them with the School Readiness Plus program, and also making some changes in how the funding is split in the Twin Cities. All of those move forward to the general register, meaning they will have a floor vote. In the Senate Health and Human Services Committee last week, Senate File 3511, carried by Senator Mann, did get laid over for possible inclusion in the omnibus bill, and that is a bill that would require health plans to cover prenatal, maternal, and postnatal care. And in the House and Senate Education Policy Committees and the House and Senate Higher Education Committees, all of those bills, House and Senate, were completed. They're policy bills. We will have a deeper dive into both the E12 education and the higher ed education bills once we've had a chance to analyze those. So stay tuned for a future update on that. Looking forward to this coming week, the week of March 25th. First, to note that the legislature will be taking a break beginning on Wednesday evening. This year, instead of taking a longer week plus break, the legislature is taking 3 smaller breaks to reflect 3 major religious observations. And so this first one goes from Wednesday up through Monday, April 1st. But there are still some hearings on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so I will jump into those. On Tuesday, the House Children and Families Committee will be hearing 2 bills that have to do with putting more funding into the childcare infrastructure. The first is funding for improvement grants. This would be a continuation of the types of facility improvement grants that have been that were available in the past through the ARP funding. And also House File 3699 to do the child care improvement grants. And then House File 3826 from Representative Keeler, and this would be funding to help more early childhood and child care providers get their CDA. On Wednesday, one of those same bills is being heard in the Senate. So the companion to the bill having to do with CDA training, but also a bill having to do in the House Workforce Development, Finance, and Policy Committee. House File 4943 is getting heard, and that is a grant to Women Venture to also do some work to support behind the scenes and growing our child care programs. So several bills next week dealing with infrastructure and continued support for child care. Finally, just a word about the fact that the governor did release his supplemental budget bill last week, and this signals the beginning of the more serious conversations now about finance bills. So as House and Senate come back from their break, they will resume discussions this time on finance bills. They've also been given what are called their targets. So each of the committees now knows how much they will have to spend on anything that requires funding. And so when we come back after the break here, there will be, and things will probably proceed pretty quickly. And the next deadline to have the finance bills all out of committee is April 19th. So if you want more information about what was in the governor's supplemental bill, that is also on our website. And there is also information, as I said, about all of the bills that have reached the first committee deadline. So that is it for now. We will see you again after next week, after the break. But as always, feel free to reach out to us and let us know if you're enjoying these updates and if you need other information. Take care.